Understanding root privileges in Kali Linux. Kali Linux disables root access by default to safeguard the system from accidental damage and unauthorized modifications. This is a crucial security measure that helps maintain the integrity of the operating system. This encourages users to operate with standard user privileges, minimizing unintentional system-wide changes. By using a standard user account, you reduce the risk of making changes that could affect the entire system. Disabling root login forces users to elevate their privileges deliberately, promoting a security-conscious workflow. When you need to perform administrative tasks, you use the sudo command, which temporarily grants higher privileges. The default user account has limited administrative capabilities, preventing accidental execution of harmful commands. This means that even if you make a mistake, the potential damage is limited. This layered security approach helps mitigate risks associated with powerful administrative access. By having multiple layers of security, you create a more robust defense against potential threats. Restricting direct root login enhances resistance to unauthorized access attempts. This makes it more difficult for malicious actors to gain control of the system. This practice fosters a secure environment for penetration testing and other security-related tasks. By ensuring that only authorized users can perform high-level operations, you maintain a secure and stable system environment. Regularly reviewing security logs and system performance can help identify potential issues early, allowing for timely intervention. This proactive approach is essential for maintaining the security and efficiency of your Kali Linux system. Accessing the terminal in Kali Linux. Accessing the terminal is straightforward, providing a gateway to the command line interface. The terminal emulator can be found in the Applications menu or launched with Ctrl+Alt+T. The terminal allows users to manage files and execute commands efficiently. Basic commands like cd, ls, and pwd help navigate the file system. Understanding these commands unlocks the full potential of the command line interface. Gaining root access with sudo su. The sudo su command grants temporary root privileges. Open a terminal and type sudo su, then press enter. Enter the user's password to verify identity and authorize privilege escalation. The prompt changes to indicate root access, for example root at _hash. This visual cue reminds users of their elevated privileges. Operating as root carries significant responsibility. Exercise extreme caution when using root access to avoid system-wide consequences. The authentication process and prompt change. The sudo su command prompts for the user's password to verify identity. Entering the correct password grants temporary root access. The prompt changes to reflect elevated privileges, for example, root at _hash. This visual cue emphasizes the importance of cautious command execution. With root access, users can modify system files and perform restricted actions. Recognizing the prompt change is crucial for responsible root usage. Section 5. Utilizing sudo for elevated privileges. In this section, we will explore how the sudo command can be used to execute tasks with elevated privileges, ensuring that you have the necessary permissions to perform critical operations. The sudo command allows executing specific commands with root access. This is particularly useful when you need to perform administrative tasks without logging in as the root user, which can be risky. This method limits the duration and scope of root privileges. By using sudo, you can ensure that elevated privileges are granted only for the time necessary to complete a task, reducing the risk of accidental system changes. Prefix a command with sudo to temporarily elevate privileges. This means you can run commands that require higher permissions without permanently changing your user status. For example, use sudo apt install package _name to install software. This command will prompt you for your password, ensuring that only authorized users can perform such installations. This approach enhances security by minimizing exposure to root privileges. By limiting the time and scope of elevated access, sudo helps protect your system from potential security breaches. The sudo command maintains a log of all executed commands for security analysis. This log can be reviewed to ensure that all actions taken with elevated privileges are accounted for and legitimate. This accountability feature reinforces responsible root usage. By keeping a detailed record of commands, sudo helps administrators monitor and manage system security effectively, promoting a culture of responsible computing. Section 6. Exercising caution with root access. Operating with root access demands utmost caution. Root access grants the user full control over the system, which means any command executed can have far-reaching consequences. Double-check commands before execution to prevent costly mistakes. A single typo or incorrect command can lead to data loss, security breaches, or system downtime. Understanding the potential impact of each command is essential. Knowing what each command does and how it affects the system can help mitigate risks. Research unfamiliar commands and consult documentation when necessary. Taking the time to understand commands fully can prevent unintended consequences. Limit the time spent operating as root to reduce vulnerability. The longer you operate with root access, the higher the risk of making a critical error. Only elevate privileges when necessary and revert to standard user privileges promptly. This minimizes the window of opportunity for potential security threats. This practice enhances the overall security posture of the system. By exercising caution and following best practices, you can maintain a secure and stable environment. Section 7. Potential consequences of misusing root access. Misusing root access can lead to system instability, data loss, and security breaches. Incorrectly configuring settings can disrupt essential services. Installing malicious software with root privileges can compromise the entire system. Improper use of root access can create security vulnerabilities. Understanding the potential consequences is crucial for responsible system administration. Regularly back up the system to minimize the impact of potential errors. Section 8. Conclusion: responsible root usage. Gaining root access in Kali Linux provides powerful capabilities but carries significant responsibilities. Understanding the implications of root access and exercising caution are paramount. Use sudo su and sudo commands deliberately and informedly. Limit time spent operating as root to minimize risks. Responsible root usage is essential for maintaining a stable and secure environment.